Imagine staying up late as a kid on a warm summer night and this pops up at your TV. Or watching your favorite childhood shows and without a clue there's hidden messages. That's why today, I will bring you 4 disturbing moments in Mexican TV, Volume 1. El Chavo del Ocho is a famous Mexican sitcom series that started in 1973 with 7 seasons. The show's about an 8-year-old boy nicknamed Chavo, played by Mexican comedian Roberto Gomez Bolaños Chespirito. People that would watch the show had started to report that there were faces or shadows in the sets around the show. People thought that it was just workers and staff who would work around the set and were accidentally caught in the cuts, but no. It's until then that in these upcoming clips you will see a shadowy face that doesn't look like a mistake. It looks like someone or something stalking the cast crew. Watch closely. Weird, right? You can hardly see the face, but this creeped out a lot of people. But rumors say this might be a ghost caught on camera. But the one that catches more attention is that there was a stalker on set. Cast members reported to feel an oddly presence and felt like they were being watched. But what do you guys think? Ghost or stalker? Pacatelas was a comedy and music focus show that started back in 1995 with 4 different hosts, 2 of them being Paco Stanley and Mario Bizarres. Both of these men had a history of cocaine use, and in these upcoming pictures, if you can observe, while Mario dances like a chicken, a small bag containing a white substance, allegedly cocaine, slips out of his pocket when he gets on the ground. This takes a big turn and it doesn't look good for Mario or Paco. He looks real nervous as he starts to defend himself, but what happens next turns real dark. Later on, in 1999 in Mexico City, Paco and Mario were at a restaurant and they didn't leave together. Mario claimed that apparently he had a limp and insisted that Paco just left without him. So Paco left, and when he got into his car, he was suddenly shot 4 times in the head, killing him and another person inside the car. When the police had arrived, they searched Paco's car and found an item used to crush up cocaine and found traces of the drug in Paco's blood. Paco had been doing deals with a drug trafficker in Mexico named Luis Ignacio Amezcua Contreras, but Paco fell behind on payments. But there's a theory. How did they know when and where he was going to be? The police believe that Mario had fixed the assassination with Luis. But why would he do that? Paco being the crowd's favorite while both hosted the show, Paco would tease and lightly bully Mario in front of the crowd, and he would just take the verbal abuse. And even though these were just jokes, these jokes went too far. For example, seeing that he had sex with Mario's wife and that Mario's son was his and not Mario's. This had enraged Mario, feeling even more humiliated than ever. Detectives believe that he worked with Luis, who was their supplier of drugs and was also a secret investor on their program to plot Paco's assassination. With the agreement that the previous debt incurred by Paco for $60,000 for the production company, both owned by Mario and Paco, would be forgiven, and Mario to be the owner of the company with Paco not out the picture. Mario and the alleged co-conspirators were charged with first-degree murder. A year and a half later, they were released due to the lack of proof. On April 27, 2020 at about 1 a.m., TV Azteca, a Mexican network owned by Grupo Salinas, all of a sudden had stopped its regular TV programming and had aired a really disturbing video of what looks to be many corpses and body bags. There's no explanation why they aired this at 1 a.m., but here's a clip to the transmission. Let's take a quick look. This took people by surprise and blew up on Twitter. Lots of people say that there was no such thing of this being broadcasted, while others have said that they did see it. A lot of people recognized the clip and had claimed that this even wasn't from Mexico, but a morgue from Ecuador. Although TV Azteca hasn't made a statement themselves, people started making theories that there was an employee that snuck the video into the broadcast to put out the truth of how bad murder rates were getting in Mexico. Canal 5 is a Mexican open broadcast television channel which is mostly dedicated to general shows dubbed to Spanish, from Cartoon Network, movies, and shows like Law & Order, etc. It has been like this long before even MySpace was used, and it is part of a chain called Televisa Mexico. The channel and Twitter account had been publishing the most bizarre videos in the middle of the night. Like this, for example.
Munch, munch, time for a munch. Crunch, crunch, munch, munch, crunch, crunch, munch, munch, crunch, crunch.
Reports say these posts are published around 3 a.m. and removed approximately at 7 a.m. every day for almost a month or so back in 2020. The Selene Delgado case refers to an urban legend about a missing person who initially fascinated true crime enthusiasts before it was proven that Selene Delgado never had existed. The case was amplified by a 2020 hoax in which a woman named Selene Delgado friended many people on Facebook, making some wonder if it was the same missing person. Ultimately, evidence suggests that Delgado was a hoax created by Channel 5. The image of Selene Delgado used by Channel 5 began seeing used in the video game mods in the summer of 2022. If you guys enjoyed the video, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you. This was CREEPSHOW, and I wish you all a good scare.